Okay, in this video we're going to look at Ring's new facial recognition system. Sounds scary, and I think you'll find it probably is. So what is it? Let's have a look at some of the legal and privacy concerns. Ring has got a system called Familiar Faces, which is a facial recognition feature, and lots of privacy advocates and sites are rather worried about it, saying it could be illegal, potentially dangerous. Ring's Familiar Faces, it's a feature that's going to be rolled out to all the newer Ring doorbells. So I think something like 24, 25, they need to have the biometric scanning capability, so they have to be sort of HD 4K enabled. But it's quite a lot of them, quite all the new ones will have it, so it's got the potential of serious legal issues and privacy risks for neighbours, bystanders or anybody. This isn't just a simple smart home update. This is a mass biometric scanning system, or network you could say, built into a doorbell, for crying out loud. So let's see a little bit more about it. What is Ring releasing? Well, it's called Familiar Faces, as I said, and it basically tags and recognises everyone you know. Every visitor who comes up to your door is scanned, and then they check it on a profile that you create, and you'll get an alert saying Auntie Emma's at the door, or Uncle Bill, or whatever. The feature lets you tag people in the app that you use to control your doorbell and identify them in real time and then send these personalized alerts. But remember, to do this, it's got to scan everybody coming up to your door. Not just the people you scan, you tag. So it's not just Aunt Emma and Uncle Bill. They've got to scan everybody to find out if they are matching a profile. So what else is it involving? Well, how it works. The camera, as I mentioned, captures every single face. It creates a face print, compares it to your tag profiles, and then stores these face prints for up to 6 months. It converts your face into some sort of digital fingerprint. If it finds this match, you get a personalized alert, as I say, and if it doesn't, the face is still stored temporarily until you delete it. Temporarily, I think, is 6 months. Huge consent and privacy concerns here. Now, the EFF have posed some of the questions to Amazon about this feature, and you can find the questions here, including some gems about where are all these faces stored. Believe it or not, they go up to the cloud. So if you walk past a Ring doorbell, it scans your face, your biometric profile is uploaded to one of Jeff's cloud servers. Can you imagine this? How many faces are going to be on there? We're using these faces, our faces, not anybody's faces, our faces, hopefully, to get access to our Apple phones or to do age verification to get on our Xbox. And they're all being scanned and uploaded onto Amazon servers. How scary is that? I'll do a link to that description, the question and answer file, because it's quite revealing. Let me just show you there. It reminds me very much of this program. I don't know if it's one of my favourite TV programs. I love it. Persons of Interest. It's the Ring doorbell fits right into this program, and if you've ever seen it, you'll know what I mean. If you haven't, go watch it. I think it's 8.5 on IMDb. It's a brilliant series, but it's a lot about scanning, and biometric scanning is part of it. So what are the consent problems? Right, there's some it's all quite obvious in a way, but I think it needs to be stated. First of all, the big one is visitors never agree to be scanned. As soon as you enable this, it's scanning everybody's face who walks past your doorbell. Now, I don't know about you, but I live on a normal estate, and there's a lot of these Ring doorbells there, and presumably they're scanning while I'm walking the dog. Presumably my picture is already on. Well, to be fair, it's only been enabled in December, so we have to wait till next month. But I think most people's face are going to end up on these things, really. Homeowners can't consent for you. They can't offer consent. What about neighbours passing by, delivery drivers? Children will all be scanned as they walk past or come to call for their mates or anything like that. It's impossible to get universal opt-in for these. And this is a core problem. Ring cannot legally or ethically get consent from every person who appears in the camera's view. And the law does require, in most places, the law requires consent from the individual. The device owner can't give consent. that's madness, really. So what are the legal issues? Well, there's probably depends where you are, I think, really. I mean, the US, quite a few have got laws that states have got laws that require explicit opt-in before you're scanned like this. There are biometric laws in Illinois and Texas, quite detailed ones, I believe. Individuals can obviously sue, private rights of action, and past cases have cost companies tens of millions. Under biometric privacy laws, most places, they say you can't collect or store face prints without clear permission. Ring's feature just violates that by default. I mean, could it expose Amazon to class actions and regulatory challenges? I'm sure they've looked into this, and I bet they won't be. It is not enabled by default, so I think they're kind of putting the onus on the user to enable this. Surveillance concerns. Well, Ring's police partnership already exists. There's lots of partnerships with police authorities in different places. Scanning everybody expands this network hugely, mind-bogglingly, to be honest, really. You have a look around your neighbourhood and see how many of these devices there are. It could lead to all sorts of neighbourhood-level tracking, some sort of consumer surveillance grid. So you, the operator, are running this surveillance grid for Amazon. Now, what are they going to do with it? I really don't know, but I'm sure it's very sellable and usable information. The problem really isn't the technology, it's where it's heading. Adding biometric scanning to these devices, it just creates a huge surveillance network, and it's very, very worrying indeed. So there are other issues as well. Accuracy and bias are another problem as well. Facial recognition is historically biased, and face recognition struggles with accuracy across different demographics, really. Especially women, people of colour, it doesn't always work very well for some reason, I don't know. Misidentifications can really have real-world consequences. I can't believe that pictures on this cloud are not going to be used in other ways than just identifying your Aunt Emma or your Uncle Bill. There's a huge potential for harmful outcomes here. And remember, they're saying about 6 months, if you read the EFF question thing, about 6 months your data is stored on the cloud there. Without your consent, usually. Ring's position, as I say, they've answered those questions in that document, and I urge you to have a quick look about it. They say it's an optional feature, so it won't be enabled by default, so your Ring doorbell won't suddenly enable this. I don't know how obvious it's going to be, but they say it's going to be off by default. They say it complies with laws, but it was a very legally cover-your-back sort of statement, the one I read, and they said it was not launching in restricted states. But remember, once you enable this, it automatically scans everyone in its field of view. So that's, say it's 30 foot. It's going to pick up a lot of people's faces very quickly, and it's biometrically scanning them. You're not just appearing in a CCTV. Your face is being recorded and uploaded to the cloud. So what should users do? Well, of course, it's up to them. We live in a free society, hopefully. But I would urge everybody to keep familiar faces off. Turn it off. Make sure it's definitely stayed off. If you own a Ring device, just never turn it on. If you are going to review data settings and be transparent with visitors, to, perhaps put a little sign up saying your face is being scanned. I don't know how that'll go down. But if your neighbours have Ring cameras, your face may already be being scanned without consent. I would sort of ask them, really. Talk to neighbours about boundaries and limit Ring's huge data sharing options with this device. So the final thoughts here, really. Am I over worrying about this? Are EFF getting a bit over the top about this surveillance thing? Is it just paranoia? I think really the consent is the key issue from here, is nobody is asking us if it's okay to store your biometric data. It represents a major shift in how consumer cameras treat biometric data. Remember, our faces are increasingly being used as access to bank accounts, websites, applications, phones, devices, and that is being stored on a Amazon cloud server. Your biometric data, which could presumably be used to unlock any of these things. Remember, you can change your password. Somebody steals your password, you can change it. You can't do much about your biometric face, really, can you? We're crossing a privacy line here, and most people don't even realize it. It's scary, and I urge you to read into it, or better still, subscribe to my channel, and I'll keep you up to date here. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now.